So if you've made it this far in the course, awesome job. You're learning a lot and you're on your way to becoming a JavaScript developer. What we are going to focus on now is using conditional statements. These are very important and they will make your programs run a lot more smoothly. For example, let's say our program was to ask somebody for their age, but let's say somebody writes their name instead. A conditional statement could be used to make your program behave differently depending on what the user types in the box. A simple condition could be something like, if the entered in text is an integer, then continue running the program. But if it is false, not an integer, then reprompt the user to enter a number. This is essentially what conditional statements are used for. In this lesson, we are going to create a simple program that will ask a user a question. If they get the answer right, they win. If not, they will lose. Let's walk through the process of how we would do this. In order to get started, we will ask our user a simple math question. Okay, so that's good to go. Now let's write out our conditional statement. Okay, so this might look a little bit weird, but don't worry. Once we walk through it, you will love and have a good solid understanding of what conditional statements are. Okay, so we have our if and some parentheses. Inside these parentheses is going to go our condition. Our condition will either be true or false. After our condition is a set of braces. Inside these braces will be our code if the conditional statement is true. This is also referred to as a coding block. You'll notice that this triple equal sign is called an equality operator and is basically saying if our variable ansel equals 4, then run the code in the curly braces that we were about to type out here. It is important that as you write out your code, that you make sure you indent your code. Everything you write in your if statement needs to be indented, just to make everything look clean and a little bit more easier to understand. So here we're writing an alert command, and if the user gets the answer right, we will tell them, good job, you answered the question correctly. And we are also going to display the actual answer, just to add a little bit of string here, just to make the program a little bit more interesting. We will also let the user know that they passed the test. Okay, now after that's all done, we're going to start writing out an else statement. This else statement will run the condition if the final value is false. So if our user does not type in the right answer, which is 4, then this code right here is going to run instead. After we finish our else statement, we run the program twice, put the correct answer in so you can see what happens, and then purposely type in the wrong answer so you can see what happens if the user gets the question wrong. So if the user gets it right, our if statement will run, and if they get it wrong, then our else statement will run. Remember, if means true and else means false. Alright, so everything looks pretty good to go. Let's give this program a run and see what happens. Oh, we can see here that I forgot to add the starting of the curly bracelet in our else statement. So our coding block did not have the first curly braces to make it run. Alright, so our program should be good. So let's type in the correct answer first and see what happens. Alright, so we got the answer correct. Cool. Now let's rerun the program and put the wrong answer in. You can see here that the other condition is run and the user is let known that they didn't get it right. So this is essentially the power of conditional statements. Pretty cool. We can create different outcomes for our programs and different conditions that will run depending if our condition is true or false. In our next lesson, we are going to take a little bit of a break from coding and talk more about comparison operators, which determine whether a condition is true or false.